Hey, how you doing? I don't know how much time I have here, but I'm going to use every bit of it that I see fit. This this isn't for your entertainment, and this isn't for you. I guess it might be for you, but it's not for everybody. Um, just 15 minutes ago, I had to bury another friend of mine. I had to dig a hole and put my buddy in it. Some of you might remember Hazelnut, the one-eyed kitty, and immediately you're probably going to shut this video down because you don't care about cats, and I understand, and whatever, that's fine. You don't have to care about cats. I was once a hater of cats until my heart was changed by little Sylvia. And I had cats. Since Hollywood moved in with me, I had cats again, and my heart was changed, but not fully until I got Sylvia. And beginning 2 years ago, when we brought Cato in, I rescued him from this black and white cat that was bullying him and chased him up a tree, and I ran out there and shooed away that cat and got Cato out of the tree, and we brought him in about 3 weeks after that, 2-3 weeks after associating him with our other cats. Then last October-ish, October, we noticed a lot of cats showing up just out of the blue. The one cat in particular was Hazelnut, the one-eyed kitty. He was leading all these stray cats, feral cats, over to my house, or mine and Hollywood's. I should say our house. I need to remember that. He led all these cats over here. For what reason, I don't have any idea, because we weren't feeding any outdoor cats at the time. But so his name, I named him Hazelnut because of his colors. And that's the coffee creamer that I drink, which is going to be hard to drink it now. And then I gave him a full name of Sir Michael Hazelnut. And now, as of most recently, I was thinking of him as the Moses of the kitty cats, because he was pretty much all the cats that he had led over here all had some kind of issue going on, and we took him in. And he had only one eye, and he had an issue himself, and we didn't take him in because he was, I don't know. I just don't know. I just wanted to let him have his freedom. But I started naming him Sir Michael Moses Hazelnut, because everyone that he led here of all that he led here into the promised land, so to speak, he himself couldn't enter. And that was, I don't know. I think it was my choice, but I'm pretty sure it was God's choice. I might be bouncing around a lot, but bear with me. This has all happened today. I started my day as I always do. I get up, I make a pot of coffee or a cup of coffee. I feed all our cats. Not all of them, but feed all the adult cats. And I have a cup of coffee and a couple smokes. And then I go outside and I feed Hazelnut and Licorice and a new kitty that Hazelnut had led here, of course, Penny, this female tiger tabby, dark tiger tabby with some blonde in her, dark brown. Or you could, anyways. Hazelnut this summer knocked her up, so his seed will live on, but nonetheless. Where was I? So I noticed on the front deck this morning, because he had changed things up since last October, which we had a routine of I would go out there in the morning between 6:45 and 7:15 every day because they like routine. And so do I, to a degree. And I would clean out their bowls at the chow house, fresh water, fresh kibble. And then this spring, I started giving them canned food, too, because I didn't want anything going on with their urinary tract, both, male and female. From October up until this spring, I had never once pet Hazelnut. Never, not once. I was very patient with him. He would get close to me, he would meow, and we'd have conversations and whatnot, but I gave him his space, and he respected me for that, and I loved him. But this spring, I went down there one day to give him canned food, and he was on top of the chow house waiting for me, as he always was, on the roof. So that when I would get down on my knees to clean out all the bowls and everything, I would just look right there, and his face is right here. Shit. And then for the first time, he bumped me right in the forehead. And I bumped him back, and then I reached out to pet him, and that was it. We were best friends. He was my boy. My sweet, sweet boy. Very, very affectionate. Anyways. So then this summer, he's changed things up a lot. He started coming up on the front deck. And I'm like, dude. So then I started feeding him on the front deck. And then when he led Penny to us, after she showed up one day, he knocked her up, and there we are. Then him and Penny and Licorice would all come on the front porch, which actually made my life easier because I didn't have to walk all the way out there and deal with raccoon crap and whatnot. And
But he would hang out on that front deck all day long. And then he'd go in the weeds and hang out for a bit. You know, when it got really hot, he'd go out in the woods and cool off. And then when storms came, they would all run to the house that I built for him. And then they'd come back and hang out on the front deck. And I would, every once in a while, I would just randomly go out there just to lay on the deck with them and just roll around with them and play and, you know, pet and give and receive affection and attention. Then this morning, I noticed, again, I'm banging around a lot. This morning, I noticed he wasn't up there, and I was just like, oh, no big deal. He'll be there in a minute. Penny was up there, but he wasn't. So I figured I'll go to the bathroom real quick because I had one brewing up and it wasn't going to wait. Get in the bathroom and I'm doing my business, and I get the phone call from my neighbor that she's pretty sure that he was dead on the road, just right in front of her parents' house. So I got in the truck and just drove down there a little ways, and that was him. It's been a trying summer, man. I'm not going to lie. I've had a lot of fun with the new setup out there, sure. Hollywood's only been there with me one time. That was last weekend. Friday and Saturday, and then she went home Sunday. It was nice to have her with me once. But, you know, everybody needs their me time, right? And so it's okay. It's good for us because we're together 24/7, 365, literally. But I'm sure I take advantage, or not take advantage. Well, you know, but I take her for granted. And she probably takes me for granted too from time to time. But the way that you get through that is you have a little bit of me time, you know? But with Hazelnut, I've had just a few short months of having a new friend, you know, officiated, right? Through touch and affection and love and bumps and rubs and petting and whatnot. Just a few short months. And he let all the mother cats here. And now he's with the Lord. So brief as it was in terms of the connection physically, we made it count. Of course, it could have been more. You know, there's always that regret, right? The times that you didn't, that he was on the porch, that you didn't go out there. But I'm not gonna go there with that because it's stupid. But now there's just Licorice, who will be by himself, and Penny, who we now have to bring in. I have to build a room in the basement now because she's pregnant with Hazelnut's offspring, and I have to bring them into the world safely. They're my responsibility. He led her here. He made her as she is, and so therefore I have to continue that with her. But Licorice will be all by himself, and a lot of you are thinking, oh, he'll be fine. Cats are independent. Well, Licorice kind of is, but What you don't know is that Hazelnut and Licorice were two peas in a pod. Whenever Licorice came around, Hazelnut's tail stuck straight up, and they would just play and frolic about and chase each other around, and they'd jump over each other, and he was just so happy to see Licorice. And now Licorice will be all by himself in that house, and Hazelnut won't be guarding the door as he always did. That one-eyed boy. Licorice would go in the house into the back and curl up and sleep, and Hazelnut would always perch right in the doorway with his little head and his little one eye sticking out, making sure nobody would go in and hurt Licorice. That's why his name was also Michael. Anyways, I had to bury my boy today. And prior to that, I had to bury Hazelton, who was one of our 5 kittens who passed away for reasons we don't know. And if you watch the wife's channel, she made a video of that earlier, or back in July. I've also lost one of my cousins this year to heart failure, and she had taken that, and I lost my uncle and his friend, who both had that done to them at the same time, and my uncle passed away, and shortly thereafter his friend passed away. My brother lost his wife last year because of this whole thing. She was only in her 30s. It's a lot of loss, this I'm not going to go there with this other stuff. This is about Hazelnut. And he was an amazing cat. He only had one eye, but he was a beautiful cat with a beautiful soul or spirit, whatever, who had a purpose in this world, in this life. And his purpose and role in this world was for me and for leading others to myself and my wife that God had appointed him to lead to us, to be the caretakers of. And it's not something that I sought to do or anything like that. It was just this, it's just this mission that I feel strongly in my heart that I've been given to do, and I'm fucking doing it. And I don't care what you might think about it. If you think of it in a negative way, that's fine. I really don't give a fuck. You know? And if you think that this is noble, that's fine too. Again, I don't give a fuck. This is not about me at all. This is about what God had given me to do. I know it in my heart that this is what he gave me to do. And so here it is. This is my job. This is what I get to do. But knowing that it was given me to do myself and my wife by the creator of all things, then that purpose and reason and assignment to me is more valuable than the entire fucking world. And so I'm going to do it the best I can. And I know that He will provide for us the means to do it and everything that we need. It's challenging, yeah. But it'll work out. Maybe there's bigger things in the future. I don't know. I don't care about the future right now. I care about what I have to do right now, and I'm going to do it. But Hazelnut, he was my friend. And he was just a random cat that nobody cared for and nobody loved. And I was honored to have been his friend. Oh. Hazelnut, the one-eyed kitty. Made a huge impact in my life. And now he gets his reward in heaven. Yep. At least that's what I choose to believe right now. I have to believe it. I can't see it any other way. If he's eating grapes, cool, as long as they taste like chicken, because that was his favorite. He was kind of picky. He preferred Friskies over everything, of all the damn things, right? And I feed those outdoor cats more canned food than I do the indoor cats. And oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe how much cat food I go through. But I don't care. I somehow managed to be able to buy it. So, anyways, guys, if you're still with me, that's cool. But if not, whatever. Obviously, you wouldn't. It doesn't matter. But I made this video just to honor Hazelnut and to thank God for him and to honor God too in some way, shape, or form. Even though my videos suck, I don't care. I don't script anything or write it all. Fuck it. Hazelnut was an amazing cat who just showed up one day last year and made a huge impact on a guy's life. Just a little cat with one eye. Well done, Hazelnut. Mission accomplished. If only we could be as good as the lesser of God's creation. And here we are, the greatest of His creation, proving ourselves more and more to be the least. We deserve what we get. And thank God for His Son, Jesus, man, because without Him, we all truly deserve hell. And I thank God for having called me and drawn me to Himself through it and given me to His Son. Without any of that, I wouldn't have had the heart to do these things and the realization of what was given me to do. The eyes and the ears that I would have needed to do what I'm doing now. There's no way. Because of who I once was. There would have been no way to change that. Just as Saul, now Paul the Apostle, I was the Saul once towards cats. And now I love them. I've always loved God's creation, but never as I have since I've been saved, since my heart was changed. And now He uses His creation more and more and more to continue to change my heart. And at the same time He changes it and fills it up, He breaks it more and more and more. And every time He breaks my heart, you cry so much and your head's pounding like mine is right now. I feel like my eyeballs are going to pop out of my frickin' head. And somehow I'm still here after it, and I can't say that I'm stronger. I can say that I have more understanding as a result. It's never easier. Never easier. Any kind of loss. It's just like the last time you lost something you loved or someone you loved. Never gets easier. You just got to remember that, well, I pulled through it last time, I'll pull through it this time. And then you wait for the next time it's going to happen because you know it will. And this moment will happen again and again and again. Anyways, my friend Hazelnut is passed and he's with the Lord. And his little body is next to Hazelton under one of my pine trees. And I thank God for him. For blessing me with the privilege of knowing him. And there's so much more that I'm going to come to realize as I go through this grieving process that happens. That I go through, it seems all the freaking time. We've lost so many cats over the last just 2 years. We've lost so many cats. And people. I'm still here. I don't know if I'm thankful that I'm still here, but I'm only here because of one reason, and that's because I have a job to do, and until that job is completed, I'll be here. And until your job is completed, you'll be here also. Difference is, are you in Christ or not? Because when you're gone from here, there's only one of two places you'll be. That's not a threat. That's just what it is, right? Anyways, farewell, my sweet boy. Sir Michael Moses Hazelnut died today, but he's with the Lord, and he'll forever live in my heart. See you.